Shiners and glowers, welcome, welcome, welcome to day 14 of 21 days on this beautiful, blissful journey of self-love together. I apologize for being a little MIA. I've been under the weather, still recovering and recouping, but nonetheless, I hope I'm able to deliver my message coherently. And most of all, I hope that you all have been taking good care of yourself and feeling very, very happy and peaceful. So my message today for day 14 of 21 days on this beautiful journey of self-love together is one that I have created before in a different video. And I felt that it was going to be very applicable to this 21-day journey that we're having together. And it's all relatable as well too. And remember, we all are more alike than we are different. And as a result, these messages will resonate to you as well. And my message for day 14 of 21 days on this journey of self-love is to have courage to cultivate and work on this and teach yourself to cultivate a mindset that sees that when things don't work out for you, that they actually are blessings in disguise. They really are. Too often we feel in our journey that we want something. It has to happen this way and the way we want it. We want that control. And that's usually from a place of ego. And it doesn't serve you. And it never will. And that is that we always think that if something doesn't turn out the way that we wanted, or if this doesn't happen, then the next step of our life will never be fruitful or good. And usually that's again from a place of ego, and we're not really awake and coherent. And what ends up happening is when we don't attain that, we assume we suck. We assume that we're stupid. We assume that we're bad people and that nothing ever works out our way. And then what ends up happening is we create a mindset around this in a conversation, and this ends up becoming programmed in our subconscious mind, and then we start to attract accordingly. And I know this because I've shared this so much with my soul tribe, aka my clients, my friends, my family, even strangers, that when I had my head injury in 2011, I remember sitting at the hospital on the bed, and my husband was beside me, and having this silent conversation in my head that this injury happened unknowingly because I was a bad person and this was bad karma. And I really did not see at that time, because I was such in a shattered, vulnerable, rock bottom place. I couldn't obviously see at that time the blessings. And I know that anybody who is ever in a situation as such, or can relate to this, they automatically assume the worst. But when I started letting go, as I said, and becoming more open-minded after a couple of years of feeling really, really low, I started to see that there had to be a reason why this all happened, and there had to be a bigger picture, a bigger blessing, that it just didn't make sense. And this is when I really started to tap into the universe. And let me tell you, the universe is benevolent. I've said this so many times. And the more and more you listen and talk to people who are really high self-actualizing, who are so successful, this is exactly what they say. They've tapped into this energy and they've used it for their greater good. It's a very spiritual component to their journey and my journey, I feel. And I'm so grateful for that. So being able to see that when things don't work out, it's actually a blessing is very, very serving for you. Again, the universe loves you and wants to see you succeed, but too often we block ourselves unknowingly because of our fears. We become blocked by other people around us, and then we become very anxious, down and depressed, and very disconnected and very off as a result, and we're not happy, and we don't understand why. And this in turn manifests to physical diseases and problems, and the cycle is just very, very yucky, and it's endless. But if you can stop and teach yourself, and remember, nothing worth it comes easy, and your wellness is so important and it's in your hands. But if you can stop and just say, okay, this didn't work out for me, or it's not working out for me, that there's got to be something greater, better, more befitting coming my way, you will save so much self-induced created stress. You will live happier. Bottom line, because you're trusting yourself, you're creating a mindset that is for your greater good, and as a result, you will attract results. You will attract results. It goes hand in hand. When I started seeing in my journey that that head injury was actually the serendipity, the blessing, the biggest blessing of my life, and has brought me exactly where I am today, being able to serve every day like I do, that there was so much goodness, and this was my serendipity, I started changing the trajectory of my life. And my life continues to move down this journey. Why? Because of this mindset that I proactively have created and attached myself to every day. You can do the same thing. It's the same energy that you use to think the negative things. Just use that same energy to think the positive things and to create that mindset that sees blessings in everything. We've all had moments in our lives where we say, thank God that didn't work out for us, or thank God I didn't end up traveling there because, something happened, or thank God I didn't pursue this person because I wouldn't be with who I am today. We've all had that, and those are just some minor examples, but we've all had this conversation in our head, and we see the blessings in that. Continue to have a mindset like this, that when something doesn't work out, it's actually for your greater good. And again, I'm going to remind and say, the universe has your back, and the universe is benevolent and wants to see you succeed. And when you're feeling off and not aligned, that's because you're not allowing yourself to flow. And the universe will keep presenting you with these experiences until you kind of wake up and shake up and see that you have to look at something in a different capacity. I assure you, I can't say this enough. It's such a powerful, powerful message. I assure you that when you start to see that things that haven't worked out for you have actually been blessings, and you see your blessings in your current time, in the now, and you continue to create this mindset as you move forward in your journey, you're going to live a life that's happier. You're going to flow more down your beautiful river. You're going to be healthier. You're going to attract accordingly. And more importantly, you're not going to live a life where you feel stressed and taxed and overworked and not rested and anxious. And that all ties in with self-love, because you're proactively making choices and a mindset that serve your greater good. It just takes small little shifts as seeing something that hasn't worked out as a blessing to create a bigger, everlasting shift for you in your journey. And I want you all to succeed and understand this. So your mission for day 14 of 21 days on this beautiful, extravagant journey of self-love together is to build a mindset, and this can be learned. This can be learned and self-taught. You just have to put the effort and conscious intention into this, is to see that anything that hasn't or won't work out for you as a blessing, because there's something more greater that you're making room for. Take great care of yourselves. Keep shining your beautiful light. Nobody has that light that you have, and don't be afraid to shine it. And be you. Send love to everybody around you. Most of all, take good care of your heart and soul. Much love. Namaste.